evening, Oswego, and thanks for joining us. I'm Carlos Clemens.
And I'm Annie Flaherty. Tonight we begin with a story out of Oswego. A 16-year-old girl was rushed to Upstate University Hospital after being struck by a car.
And later, the Army Corps engineers have agreed to begin dredging Oswego Harbor on June 1st.
We will have more on these stories in just a minute, but first a quick check of your weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Lucy Bergman.
Good evening, guys. If you're taking a peek outside right now, we're going to see we do have temperatures of about 29 degrees out there. We do have a real feel of about 25 because our winds are from the southwest at 5 miles an hour. This wind direction usually indicates a low pressure system moving through our area, which we can see. We do have that mirrored in the snowflakes that you might see if you're stepping outside right now. This low pressure system, we're at the front end of it, and it's going to be sticking with us as we move through tonight into tomorrow. We're going to see a wintry mix associated with this, unfortunately, because we are warming up to about 39 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to see a change from snow to rain as we move throughout the day. However, the storm to watch is for Wednesday. I'll have more on that in just a little bit, but for right now, I'll send it back to the desk to Carlos and Annie. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lucy. And the Army Corps of Engineers has agreed to begin dredging Oswego Harbor on June 1st. This is a project long overdue since the last dredging back in 2008. U.S. Senator Charles Schumer said today that the Army Corps will pay for the project with an approved budget of $786,000 by Congress for the recovery from Hurricane Sandy, which caused storm damage at the port. The dredging of sediment from Oswego Harbor is set to start in June and continue for about a month. This is set to have Oswego move full steam ahead, which will boost this summer's regional economy, says Schumer. The Port of Oswego says it pumps more than $1 billion into the local economy each year.
Yesterday at around 6:30, a 16-year-old girl was sent to the hospital due to a car pedestrian accident in Geddes. 16-year-old Maja Files was attempting to cross West Genesee Street against a green light when she was struck by a car operated by 54-year-old Ricky Hawkins. Hawkins was not injured, but Files was rushed to Upstate University Hospital. Hawkins was not driving over the speed limit, nor was alcohol a contributing factor. The accident is still under investigation.
And the Oswego City School District Board of Education will be conducting its committee's meeting Tuesday at the Oswego High School Media Center. The committee's meeting will begin at 5 p.m., touching on subjects from the curriculum to finance and personnel. The meetings are open to the public and its comments to try and take action regarding the May 20th Oswego City School District budget and its board's member election, which include the possible nomination of Dave White as a continuing member of the BOCES board that currently represents Oswego.
This week, Beth Hilton, the executive director of the Greater Oswego-Fulton Chamber of Commerce, met with counselors at the Administrative Services Committee to discuss the funding of events that the chamber provides. Hilton suggested that the city should give more funds for the community events such as the Independence Day Parade, the Oswego Farmers Market, and Project Bloom. Next week, the City Council will meet to consider the Chamber's requests. It is highly likely that more funding for these events will promote economic development and commerce for the Port City.
And students at SUNY Oswego have good reasons to be nervous when walking around campus at night.
WTOP's Megan Roberts talked to Oswego students about the absence of the popular campus security system called Blue Lights.
The SUNY Oswego MBA program, ranked 14th in the United States according to U.S.
Gabby Santos never likes walking to her car after a late night study session.
I have to walk to my car. I'm like booking it.
She's noticed that the popular campus safety system blue lights aren't there for her.
I saw all these a few blue lights, and all of them said out of order on it. So I was like kind of taken back by that.
Blue light systems were installed in college campuses around the country back in the 1980s. But come 2014, no college student leaves their dorm without one of these in their hands. SUNY Oswego moved to a cell phone-based security system. The security system, known as Rave Guardian, turns one cell phone into a personalized GPS locator. Alumni from SUNY Oswego and students on other college campuses weighed in on our Facebook conversation. Oswego alum Patrick Cavlin said they need more, and Kent State student Chris Davis says, I always look for them when I'm walking around campus at night. Kind of reassuring. According to the University Police's annual report, crime on the Oswego State campus has increased 4.5% from the 2011 school year. This has students more anxious for further safety measures.
I feel that if you had both, it would be even better.
Just down the thruway, the campus of St. John Fisher has both the Rave mobile system and the blue light system.
It's great to know that wherever you're standing, you can see a blue light system. Like from right here, we can see 4.
Yeah.
Just like from looking around. So it's great to know that if you do need it, they're there.
Santos, a commuter at the Oswego campus, feels parking lots are one area that requires blue lights.
I would definitely put them, especially for me, walking around the commuter lots, just because the commuter lots are so far away from the campus.
SUNY Oswego plans to stick to using cell phones for security. However, there is a proposal to replace Rave Guardian with the system used at RIT called Campus Safe. Megan Roberts, Oswego Now.
The 4th annual Oswego War of 1812 Symposium will be held from Friday, April 4th to Sunday, April 6th. The event will be held at the Lake Ontario Center in Oswego, and this is the first time SUNY Oswego students are encouraged to participate by entering the paper contest, which involves students writing and presenting their findings on any aspect of the War of 1812. All SUNY Oswego students interested in competing must follow the requirements for the contest. Papers must be submitted by Monday, March 24th, and chosen papers presented at the symposium will have the chance to win up to $150.
Madama Piscazzi, a 71-year-old woman of Syracuse, was reported missing on Friday. Today, Syracuse police found a body on Carbon Street in Syracuse that appears to be hers. Piscazzi's daughter was the one who reported her missing and told police that she was acting irritated before she left her home on Friday. The body that was found earlier this morning has the same physical description as Piscazzi and was wearing the same outfit as Piscazzi's daughter had described to authorities. The cause of death and a positive identification will take place at the Onondaga County Medical Examiner's Office.
Ben Godward, a sculptor living in New York who creates abstract, drippingly psychedelic forms with fluorescent resin that contrasts with geometric metal armatures, will be visiting SUNY Oswego. The event will take place Wednesday, March 12th at 7 p.m. in the Campus Center Auditorium in room 132. This is a great opportunity to get to mingle and talk to an artist who could enlighten the way you look at art.
Also this Tuesday in the Campus Center, room 133, Tanya Ramalho from SUNY Oswego's Curriculum Instruction Department and Jenny Hahn from the Political Science Department will be holding a discussion about hunger and poverty of solidarity in Brazil. This is part of SUNY Oswego's new discussion series themed New Perspectives on Global Poverty. The discussion is free to attend, but those without a campus parking sticker will have to pay $1. The event will run from 12:45 to 2 o'clock.
And making medical headlines this week, new data on Alzheimer's disease over prescribing antibiotics and the toll of outbursts on your health.
Carl Azuz has today's Health Minute.
Alzheimer's disease may claim 6 times as many lives as previously thought. That's nearly as many as cancer. Researchers estimate the disease actually kills nearly 600,000 people a year, making it the 3rd leading cause of death behind heart disease and cancer. The Centers for Disease Control says many hospitals are overprescribing antibiotics, putting patients at risk. In a study of dozens of hospitals, the CDC found some prescribed antibiotics at 3 times the rate of others. That's rendering many of the drugs less effective and making patients more vulnerable to other types of infections. The CDC recommends every hospital adopt an antibiotic accountability program. Calm down. It could save your life. A new study finds those who've experienced severe outbursts were more at risk for heart attack or stroke in the following 2 hours than those who remain calm. Researchers say anger causes the body to release stress hormones and increase blood pressure, putting our health at risk. For today's Health Minute, I'm Carl Azuz.
And coming up after the break, Kristen Gilburn vows to continue her push for a sexual assault bill in the military.
But first, we will have a full look at your weather with WTOP 10 meteorologist Lucy Bergman. You're now watching WTOP 10 News at 10.
The SUNY Oswego MBA program, ranked 14th in the United States according to U.S. News and World Report. 5-year MBA programs are available for public accounting, broadcasting, and psychology. MBAs are also available for management, health services administration, and public accounting. Classes available full or part-time on campus, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available at oswego.edu/MBA or by calling 315-312-2911.
Free IRS tax services through VITA. Volunteer income tax assistance brought to you by the SUNY Oswego Accounting Society. Assistance available every Saturday at Ridge Hall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Other times and locations available by searching VITA at oswego.edu or by calling 315-312-2537.
Premier Living Suites, fully furnished apartments designed with students in mind, within walking distance from campus. Utilities, cable, Wi-Fi, and in-suite washer and dryer all included in rent. Continental breakfast is available Monday through Friday with specials throughout the week. Includes a 24-hour fitness center, movie theater, and computer lab all on site. Premier Living Suites, www.plsuites.com.
Scholarship opportunities for students who want to study abroad, especially
I'm
in
Storm
South
Team
Korea.
10 meteorologist Lucy Bergman with a look at your current conditions. Right now, if you're heading outside, it's about 29 degrees out there. We do have a real feel, however, of 25. Our winds are from the southwest at 5 miles an hour. And this wind direction from the south is indicating that we do have a low pressure system moving through our area, which we can see mirrored by the snowflakes that are falling from the sky intermittently as we move through the evening. They will get a little bit heavier. If we take a peek at our state temperatures, we'll see that most of the state is staying pretty similar to us, upper 20s to lower 30s, which is a rather mild night compared to what we've had recently. Our cool spot, however, is in Plattsburgh, 24 degrees for them. Our warm spot down in New York City, 40 degrees for them, warmer than most of us. If we take a peek at our regional radar, this low pressure system, like I was speaking of, dropping into our area. We're at the front end of it right now. If we zoom out and take a peek at the system as a whole, we'll see that it's covering most of the Great Lakes region, moving into our area, breaking up as it moves through our area. So we are going to see some wintry mix tomorrow, a mix of snow changing over to rain as we move through the day. So you definitely want to be careful if you're heading out on the roadways. It's because we're warming up to start the week, which is good news because we do want to get away from this coldness, but we will have the rain to stick around. However, the thing to watch is a storm for Wednesday. With this storm, we're going to bring it back down into our lower digits, so we're going to see some more snow accumulations rather than rain like we'll see tomorrow. Tonight we do have some snow showers continuing. I don't see accumulations more than an inch, so tomorrow if you're stepping out, you have to just brush off your car rather than shovel out your driveway. 25 degrees is our overnight low, winds from the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at tomorrow, this low pressure system like I was speaking of dropping into our area, pulling up this warm air from the Gulf. We will see some spotty rain and snow showers, but I want to time it out a little bit better for you. We do hit a high of 39 degrees tomorrow, which is why we see the transition from snow into rain. If you're stepping out the door tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for your first class, you will see some snowy conditions, 30 degrees. We warm up to 35, and this is where you're really going to see that change from snow into rain. We're going to see that wintry mix, but by 5 p.m., it's definitely warm enough to maintain as rain. We're going to see that continue into the evening hours. As the temperature drops right back down, we're going to change it from rain to snow, so it's kind of a transition period throughout the day tomorrow. We're going to see really wintry conditions, so you want to take precautions if you're heading out on the road. Unfortunately, we do have a bigger storm to speak of for Wednesday, and this is what I want to watch as it approaches. It's a synoptic system, which means that it is more long-term and it's affecting more people across the country. So we will have a better idea of planning it out for you. As you can see, we're in the greatest risk here in Oswego. This low pressure system timing for us is Wednesday into Thursday. Most of the day on Wednesday will be affected by this snow. We could see accumulations between 4 and 8 inches, and that's unfortunately not very good. We do see, however, this high pressure system dropping behind the low pressure. That will bring in the cool air for Thursday, but warming right back up on Friday. The days to beat are Thursday and Friday. Fortunately, some sun after that big storm on Wednesday, and that's definitely something we have to take precautions with because it could be very dangerous, especially with the snow accumulations that we're looking at this point.
So definitely on Wednesday, we should be keeping out for this snow.
Yeah.
I'm so happy we get a little rain though tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like it's warming up enough for a little bit of rain, and unfortunately we're in March and we're thinking, oh, we're out of the snow, but most of the country, New York and Vermont and New Hampshire are seeing snow conditions as well, so it's not just us suffering, I guess.
Hopefully it's done by spring break.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Definitely. All right, well, thank you, Lucy, for that weather
Thank you,
update
guys.
on us, and we're taking a look at your state news. And around 11 a.m. this morning, fire crews were called to a house for a fire at Danley Avenue in Utica, where the crews arrived at the home. There was heavy smoke and fire coming from the second floor, where victims were trapped. Unfortunately, an infant died at the scene, but the infant's 4 siblings and parents were able to escape with no injuries. The Onondaga County Medical Examiner's Office is working to determine the exact cause of the death of the infant. The fire was considered to be under control at around 11:45 this morning.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand came up 5 votes short in her year-long push to advance legislation aimed at cracking down on sexual assaults in the military. The senator's bill would have drastically overhauled the military justice system, stripping commanders of the power to decide whether to prosecute rapes and other serious crimes. In order for the bill to have been passed, 60 votes were needed but only received 55. While the bill is dead for now, Gillibrand says that she is not done fighting and plans to lobby her colleagues and push for another vote later this year.
The Prime Minister of Ukraine is attempting to make it clear that he will not be giving a single centimeter of land to Russia. Today, Ukraine honored the 200th birthday of the country's greatest poet and a national hero. At this memorial, the Prime Minister took advantage of the opportunity to speak to a crowd about how he will stand his ground and refuse to give up any land. Throughout the event, people handed out flyers and yelled chants about the opposition of threatening unification. And where's our next stop in our study abroad with Sunny Goldman is here to give us a few things on some new destinations.
And later, the men's ice hockey team won the SUNYAC title last night. Sebastian Edmond will have your latest in sports. But first, here's a look at your late night menu.
Free IRS tax services through VITA. Volunteer income tax assistance brought to you by the SUNY Oswego Accounting Society. Assistance available every Saturday at Ridge Hall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Other times and locations available by searching VITA at oswego.edu or by calling 315-312-2537.
SUNY Oswego MBA program, ranked 14th in the United States according to U.S. News and World Report. 5-year MBA programs are available for public accounting, broadcasting, and psychology. MBAs are also available for management, health services administration, and public accounting. Classes available full or part-time on campus, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available at oswego.edu/MBA or by calling 315-312-2911.
Living Suites, fully furnished apartments designed with students in mind, within walking distance from campus. Utilities, cable, Wi-Fi, and in-suite washer and dryer all included in rent. Continental breakfast is available Monday through Friday with specials throughout the week. Includes a 24-hour fitness center, movie theater, and computer lab all on site. Premier Living Suites, www.plsuites.com.
Around the study abroad world, we were introduced to Australia. This week, we head north. Sunny Goldbam has the story.
Thanks so much, Annie. Tonight, I've looked at the benefits of SUNY Oswego study abroad opportunities in Korea. This week, I had the chance to interview South Korean alumni Nini Phaktathum, Dan Grossman, and native Jaeyeon Chu. What you are about to see depicts a special ceremony that Nini and Dan got to attend. Let's take a glimpse at their journey.
There are so many scholarship opportunities for students who want to study abroad, especially in South Korea. I'm an international student from Bangkok, Thailand, and living in Hardcore, I get to see so many other international students. But when I went to Korea, it's a whole different story.
I've never been, anywhere close to Asia. The coolest part about being there for 3.5 months is that you don't feel like a tourist. You actually figure out what the culture is and you really get involved in it.
I think that's really cool because they didn't know much about their different culture.
I never met people who from Rwanda, Latvia, Lithuania, something like that. It's really cool, and we hang out together and go on like weekly trips. It's crazy and it's so much fun.
Just like at first you learn the little things, like when you get a test from the professor, you have to take it from 2 hands. But after a while, like you learn other things on your own, like there's no word for excuse me in Korean. So a lot of times with older gentlemen or with older women, they'll push you out of the way. And at first I was like, what's going on? Like, am I doing something wrong? But then it's just a society, and it's natural.
The people is very nice to foreign students and foreign people.
Daniel Grossman. 나는 무죄.
I never thought I'd be able to pick up any Korean, but being in the culture 24/7, just being in the society 24/7, you pick up the language.
Learning different culture is really important.
People in Korea really appreciate their own culture, and I really love that.
It's not really much of a shock, but it's a learning experience because all this stuff, Korean culture, I had no idea about, and there's no way I can figure this out through reading or on the internet, and it was just definitely a learning experience.
As always, an interesting way to look at study abroad programs, and I hear you're going to China.
Yes, sir. I'm actually taking a trip down to Shanghai, May 18th to May 25th, so it's my first time in Asia. It's going to be crazy.
That sounds a little crazy and exciting. A lot of people there, I hear.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Thanks,
all right,
Sunny.
well, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
We're going to take it
Always
to
a pleasure.
sports now.
Yeah, full look with Sebastian Edmond.
Hello everyone, I'm Sebastian Edmond with your WTOP 10 Sports Update. The Oswego men's ice hockey team defeated Geneseo in a 7-6 thriller yesterday to win their second SUNYAC championship in as many years. The Lakers needed a power play goal by Sean Holshoff with 28.7 seconds remaining to come away with the win and the title. Freshman Alex Botten was named the tournament's MVP with 1 goal and 5 assists in 3 games. Oswego will be heading to the NCAA tournament, where they have reached the Frozen Four in the last 4 seasons, including back-to-back finals appearances. The first NCAA game is due to be this Wednesday or this Saturday. The Oswego men's and women's track and field teams competed in the SUNYAC championships themselves Friday and Saturday in Boston. Captain Katie Bott, a senior, won in the 800 by 1/100th of a second, destroying the school record by about 3 seconds in the process. Junior Matt Wagenhauser took 3rd place in the 400 and broke the school record as well. As a team, Oswego sent 12 individuals competing in 12 different events to the competition, the largest Laker presence in the SUNYAC in recent years. The New York Jets released 29-year-old cornerback Antonio Cromartie in an effort to make salary cap space for the offseason. The move frees up $9.5 million for the organization to address other needs. Cromartie, a Pro Bowler this past year, was aware of these circumstances and predicted that he would be cut by the team. Nonetheless, he expressed his gratitude on spending 4 years with the Jets via Twitter and also received praise from coach Rex Ryan. Ryan called Cromartie, quote, "one of the finest athletes I've ever coached." And in a matchup between original 6 teams and Eastern Conference foes, the New York Rangers hosted the Detroit Red Wings with 2 vital points on the line. Let's take a look at the highlights in what would be an important game. Here you see in the first, John Moore losing possession of it, picked up by Mr. Boyle. Brian Boyle puts it past Jimmy Howard to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Later on in the first, 4-on-4, turnover. Puck finds its way to Justin Abdelkader. He takes a backhand, but it's saved by the king of New York, Henrik Lundqvist, and Abdelkader can't believe it. We take the action into the third. Strong forecheck by the Rangers. Turnover. Shot taken by Ryan McDonough. It's deflected by Mr. Chris Kreider in front of the net to give the Rangers a 2-0 lead. He would make his presence known again later on in the third as he receives this pass on a 2-on-1. A wicked wrister past the near side of Jimmy Howard. The Rangers would win 3-0. Henrik Lundqvist, starting for the Rangers, gets his 300th win, 49th shutout of his career, and he is one shy of tying Mike Richter's franchise record. And that's it for sports. Now back over to the desk with Carlos and Annie.
Thank you, Sebastian, for that thrilling look at sports. And Oreos have gone 3D. We will tell you all about it coming up.
And we'll take a look at your final sports update and weather after the break.
Free IRS tax services through VITA. Volunteer income tax assistance brought to you by the SUNY Oswego Accounting Society. Assistance available every Saturday at Ridge Hall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Other times and locations available by searching VITA at oswego.edu or by calling 315-312-2537.
Premier Living Suites. Fully furnished apartments designed with students in mind, within walking distance from campus. Utilities, cable, Wi-Fi, and in-suite washer and dryer all included in rent. Continental breakfast is available Monday through Friday with specials throughout the week. Includes a 24-hour fitness center, movie theater, and computer lab all on site. Premier Living Suites, www.plsuites.com.
I got no balls for losing. Shocking. Is it real all the time? Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We're just buzzed. Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
The SUNY Oswego MBA program, ranked 14th in the United States according to U.S. News and World Report. 5-year MBA programs are available for public accounting, broadcasting, and psychology. MBAs are also available for management, health services, administration, and public accounting. Classes available full or part-time on campus, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available at oswego.edu/MBA or by calling 315-312-2911.
Welcome back, guys. And before we say goodnight, here are some look at your final forecast with meteorologist Lucy Berman.
Well, guys, if we take a look at tomorrow, we're going to see that we do have wintry mixed precipitation, unfortunately, sticking around as you move through the day. We want to be aware as we move up in the temperature, it's going to change from snow into rain, so that could create some slush on the roads and on the walkways. So you want to take it easy if you're heading outside. And as always, stick with Storm Team 10, especially with that storm that's coming up on Wednesday. We'll have your updated forecast as we move through the week.
All right, thank you, Lucy. And that will do it for us here. Oh, we have a little update.
Sabres lose to the Blackhawks 2-1. Syracuse wins. Virginia loses. It's going to help Syracuse in the final NCAA standings.
Fantastic. And that will do it for us here for the entire team. From the entire team here at News 10 Theme, I'm Carlos Clemens.
And I'm Annie Flaherty. Stay tuned for the rundown with Megan Roberts. Good night, Oswego.